Blog Talk Radio.
Poems from broken winners, they call us internet up, that's a cable dish. Whoa, Pisces, but I ain't no shrimp, nah. Still a kid with the playfulness. I'm unknown, can't label this. I shock myself with gratefulness. Or by myself, I'm changing quick. Got help, but the choice still came within. People calling me a nutcase, they're the same ones that came and went, get a facial diss. With my middle finger up, why the hell we gotta readjust? They kept it down, that's why I keep it up. I said all this to say I'm free as fuck. Yeah, I'm free as fuck. Infinite, unlimited, infinity. I'm godly and limitless. Bless, my body's an instrument. I could make a zombie infamous. I move my body to a different strip. I got the shotty, I am militant. Word to Gandhi, I am innocent. This ain't a hobby, but I'm killing this. I'm like a Nazi with a viciousness. I'm in the whip and got the windows tint. Too complicated for these simple things. Me and Kenny ain't no gentleman. This shit is rare, this the year Chris is here. With that Bobby Pimpin' shit, my mommy listening. Bars like I'm Johnny Cage, no Nicholas. We can say soft, I got skillfulness. I set it off just like Willow Smith. I am a son of a gun, I'm driven to kill, and you can get pistol whipped. I am a boss, I'm balanced and disciplined. I'm signaling all of these middlemen, stupid humans to belittle me just a little bit. Third eye open, we tripling. And that's mind, body, and spirit. I'm godly and Teerecx. My mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. Namaste. Peace, family. Namaste. Young Pharaoh in this bitch. It's a universal for the university. Kenny.
You're listening live to On The Move Unscripted with your host, Patricia M. Goins and Mr. Stout on www.blogtalkradio.com/Patricia Goins. Call in now. We're live at 516-387-1247.
What's going on? You have tuned in to another episode of On The Move Unscripted with Patricia M. Goins.
And Mr. Stout, what do you do, everybody?
So first and foremost,
yes,
we have to pay our respects.
Yep.
And send out much love, to Omidara.
Yep, Omidara.
On The Move Records CEO. She has been like such a big part of my journey with On The Move.
Not on the Move
Records.
Not On The Move. That's Omidara. That was a Met that you talk about.
Oh,
this
snap.
is Omidara from Buffalo, New York.
But still, she came to hook up Atlanta.
Yes.
And
Kenny Runaways.
Kenny Runaways was her artist. I thought it was On The Move Records. It wasn't. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, we lost a big leader.
Yes.
In spite of, she came all the way from New York and brought her team.
Yeah.
And they performed Kenny Runaways. I forget the artist that played with him that was on the song with him with Infinity. And then it was a young lady. And the young lady made me feel all of them, all four of them made us feel so good about what we were trying to do for the artist.
Right.
And just the fact that they were willing to travel all the way from, New York and invest in what we got going on. And, way back when I was on 1100 AM, she came. She came with her artist. Remember? And yes. I'm talking about 2016, 17, somewhere around there.
Yep.
She has always been such an encouragement, and so I just found out that she passed away. Yeah. Much respect to her family, and to everyone. Sorry if I said the wrong label, but she was a beast with what she did. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was Lion's Den right there, and when I met her. She was already like, look, I'm ready to get some of these artists that I'm working with out here in New York and Buffalo, upstate New York. They was actually like, hey, we can, do some things with you guys, and she was really about it. And we had plans this year to do some things too as well, before this had happened. But her work ethic, and everybody is sending all of the love and all of the, paying respect and homage to that, because I heard on the Lion's Den. For that group page that they're going to be doing a tribute thing. So we definitely here on The Move Unscripted want to be a part of that. So let us, anything about that, and I want to keep everybody updated with that as well.
Definitely, and we're going to be playing some of her artists, during the show tonight. Much love to her, and like I said, much love to her family and friends and people who knew her and loved her. And if you didn't get a chance to meet her, it's unfortunate because she was an awesome person. Mm-hmm. I mean, anything I had going on, she was so supportive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She, like, when you talk about loyal support and love, like, and had never met her until, I met her, I think she brought her artist back in 2016, but I hadn't seen her in a long time. Mm-hmm. And then she came, she invested in what we had going on because she believed in the artist and her artist and everything. And it was just awesome and amazing. And my heart breaks we lost a really good person.
Real good soldier right there, out there. And we're going to make some things happen. So definitely, Omidara, definitely, Adeleke. I don't want to say if I say that name right as well. Yeah, so, we definitely love and respect, and we definitely will miss you for sure.
Without a doubt. And on a lighter note, so did Trump go to Fulton County Jail?
Well, is that a lighter note? He's going to be your president come 2024. I don't know what's going on, and people are not going, what's going on with this down there in Georgia.
Look, I used to work at Fulton County Jail. I'm sorry, Trump, it's going to be rough up in there. Is he going to stay for any time?
I just want to see the mugshot. That's all I'm looking for.
Oh my gosh, if I could be a fly on the wall when he walks in the Fulton County Jail. Fulton County Jail is a different kind of jail. It's not like most jails, y'all.
They got to put him in solitary.
This is the kind of jail that they do music videos on the back.
I'm saying.
Remember when they snuck the whole people in there and did a whole music video? This is the kind of jail. Right. I ain't gonna mess with y'all for me. Y'all know I know the deep secrets. Much love to. Is he gonna actually go to jail?
I don't think that's the case. Yeah.
Is he just gonna walk in there and pay his money and go out?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
They just let him slip and slide all around. He got like 4, 5, 6 indictments. You know what I'm saying? They keep finding more stuff, and he's still talking about I'm running him. Oh my God! Help that man.
Please. Oh man.
So I'm so excited because the Atlanta Music Industry Group is growing. We have over 32,000 members of different types, artists, producers, indie labels, graphic designers, like everything and anything you can think of is in that group. And they network and they support and they're very interactive. And it got to be so much, for me and Mr. Stout to handle that I had to start, getting help. I had to start finding the moderators or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so run across this gentleman. He had been in the group, I think, since 2017 or something like that. Yes. Him and I had a few more, which I want to get them on the show, periodically here and there just so they can introduce who they are, their brand, and what they do. But he was the first one that we're interviewing today, and his name is Teerecx T. Bennett. Let me see if I have him on the line.
All right, yeah. Isn't he coming from Hype Magazine and do some things with that? Yeah. Let's see what it do. We got Teerecx on the line with us.
Mr. Bennett, you on the line?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey, what is going on? So I'm excited to have you.
Yes, it's definitely an honor to be on tonight with you all. Like you said, I've been part of the group since 2017, and it has grown exponentially. And yeah, it's all love in there. It's all about networking, just trying to help people. If it's just sharing a post or something, I like the group that I'm a part of, and I appreciate you all allowing me to join the group.
Yeah, I appreciate you for
coming along.
For being there that long. Like he's literally since 2017. Yeah. Because I'm able to see from the back office how long some of the members, how long they've been there, or whatever. And he has been really just showing love and showing support and all that kind of stuff with his own posts and things throughout the years. And I think is that some back stuff in the back, or is that our phone?
Oh, it's in the background. I'm actually on the beach in Gulf Shore, so I'm trying to step away from everybody.
You on the beach?
All right, nice. It's at the Gulf Shore. Okay.
Yeah, this is my new residence. My new residence just moved down here about a month and a half ago.
Oh, wow. So you're not in Atlanta anymore. You did tell me that you weren't in Atlanta right now, right?
No, but that's still my entertainment home because of the Hype magazine and just so many relationships that I formed while I was working with them in Atlanta. So I definitely still come to Atlanta. I'm planning on being there for Labor Day weekend because they have an Atlanta hip-hop day or hip-hop weekend, and the Hype magazine is one of the sponsors. So I may be making an appearance up there.
Okay. So we like to take all of our guests down the yellow brick road. I know you remember Dorothy and the Wiz, or the updated one, which is Michael Jackson.
That's the way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Wizard of Oz and Wiz. Okay, wait. But you remember the yellow brick road. So we like to take everybody down the yellow brick road so they can tell us, who they are, what they do, why they love hip-hop, where it started at, So we'll start wherever you want. Don't go too far back to, like, breastfeeding in the bottle and stuff like that.
We had those songs, though. Trust me. We went way back on it.
Yeah, I pull them back. I get the thing, pull them up, like, come up a couple years. Give me a couple years.
Now, I won't go too far back, but my government name is Terrence Jason Bennett Sr. My entertainment name is Teerecx, and I have been in the industry a little over 12 years, but I have been in the industry since 1988. I made a background acting appearance in the movie called Mississippi Burning with Gene Hackman and William Dafoe. So I kind of got a taste of the entertainment industry then. When I was 10 years old, my mom actually was in the movie, and she had a speaking role, and so they had a casting call, and I was able to go to it. But my mom only allowed me to go for one day because she didn't want me to miss school. So I only attended that one day of shooting. But just to get that taste in the entertainment, it was something that I feel like I was destined for. And my dad was a DJ. He was a house DJ up in Chicago. And so in my household, it was like music every day. It was like a at-home radio station. And so we was listening to everything from jazz to soul to Motown, country, pop, rock, you name it, we was listening to it. So I have always been fascinated with the entertainment industry. And so, following my dad's footsteps, I decided to get into DJing. And that's what got me started in entertainment. And then I moved to podcasting back in 2011. And then 4 months after that, the Hype magazine contacted me, and they wanted to team up with me to do podcasting. So I got started in that, and I consider us to be one of the revolutionaries of podcasting because a lot of things that we did then, we see that it's been implemented in today's podcasting. Since it's popular, I know you all remember the time where podcasting was kind of looked upon and radio stations had some kind of resistance against podcasters, but I'm glad that relationship is solid now. It's more solid than what it was. So that's how I got started in the entertainment business, and then since then, I have become a media personality for the Hype magazine. I make monthly appearances on TMZ, which I will be on next coming Monday. It's coming up. I will be on TMZ Live, so make sure you tune in to that. And so, I just thank God, and I thank my Lord and Savior for just opening these doors, because now I have become the president of Next Level DJ Coalition, which is a coalition of DJs, models, and promoters that promotes each other and also promote any talent that's needing exposure. As well, we have a record label that's tied to us called Real Life Music LLC. I have been named the CEO of that record label, and we have a distribution with the Universal Music Group. So it just gives artists opportunities to come through our platform for promotion and stuff. And then we have partnership with DigiWax, which is a record pool out of New York City that we work with, and we team up to break music basically and break new talent. We have mainstream artists all the way down to independent artists that are part of that platform. So, just summing all that up, in a few minutes, that's pretty much been my entertainment career, and I'm just here to help and, to serve people.
Man, that's a lot to unpack.
Right? You just, that was like a whole bucket full. Like, you had a whole, and not just like no little ton. That's some big oranges and grapefruits and stuff like, that's the Bawse. So, and you're right. I do remember. So when I've been in radio probably since 2008.
Yeah,
I was on 102.3 FM in Chicago. So when you talked about Chicago, that was definitely my home land for 6 years. And then I went to 1100 AM, and you're right. It wasn't pushed. Podcast wasn't pushed back then. I always had one.
I remember.
But it wasn't pushed.
I remember that very well because I was doing it like around 2009, 2008, something like that. And I was out there in Jersey and New York where we was doing a couple of different stations they were working with, but nobody really was like, they were looking down upon it, like, oh, you buy it. But then we would go live. That's when everybody was like, oh, yeah, radio? So that was pretty cool. That's how people were jumping on it, like, oh, I'm on the air right now. Like, yes, you are. Like, the world can hear you, not just like a local station. That's what kind of changed those things.
And the pandemic. 2020 changed the whole world. Everything that wasn't important became important when it came to stuff on the internet. That's when really podcasts really went to the next level.
Yeah, it went extreme. Yeah.
Even
the big timers doing it. Everybody on the podcast. Yeah.
Even babies. Huh? What did you say?
I was saying during the pandemic, we just had so much time to unload information because we couldn't do anything, really physically. So we all had to be enclosed. So, yes, podcasting, being at home, just had so many stories to share during that time. And that really, really increased the booming of podcasting.
Everybody got a podcast now. The dogs, the cats, the little kids in the first grade. I'm going to have to tell all y'all podcasts to stop using unscripted, uncensored. They start taking all my tags. I'm like, y'all not creative.
They was home listening. Like, oh, this will work. Yeah, he was the ringleader.
Oh, my gosh. I wanted to go and tap him on his shoulder. Like, did you have to use every last one of them, bro? You couldn't have made up one of them on your own? Well, that's awesome and amazing.
TMZ Live, you can be there.
Right. You know what? I remember when TMZ first came out, and everybody was just like, oh, yeah, that's just some gossip stuff. But TMZ grew like from leaps and bounds. Now, if anything going on and TMZ said, it's fact, y'all.
Yeah, they get it first. They're like, we got the information right here. Don't wait till they're in the news.
I do remember one time when Lil Wayne had that seizure. It's been years ago, and they had pretty much went on the site and had reported that he was about to die and everything. And so I had made some phone calls because at that time I was interviewing some of his newer artists on Young Money and stuff. And so I had to reach out to the PR and be like, is that really going on? So sometimes TMZ, they get the story wrong, but most of the time now, since, like you said, they have grown, they pretty much know what's going on before we know.
Right. Fact check that.
Yeah. If TMZ put it out, that's what they look for. Official. They be like, I heard, go and see it. TMZ said it.
Right. That's
TMZ said it. So that's awesome. So how did you get the opportunity to work with TMZ?
Well, Twitter was like my main social media back when I started podcasting. And so I used that platform a lot to book a lot of my interviews that I had in my early years. So I saw TMZ made a post that they had posted on Twitter or sent a tweet out about looking for like special guests to come on and commentate about, whatever going on in pop culture. And so this was back in 2016. And so I replied to it, and then they contacted me probably, I think that same day. And so I started out doing it with them then for like a year and a half until 2017. And I was on there probably like sometimes 2-3 times a week just commentating on different topics and everything. And so after 2017, I kind of just stopped, inquiring about coming on there or whatever, or they didn't contact me. And so fast forward to this year, I went to South by, and that's a great great event to go to for anybody that's, in any kind of entertainment in Austin, Texas. And when I came back, they had hit me up, asked me that I wanted to come back on, because when I was down there, people mistaken me for Tech 9 sometimes, because we look. People say we look just alike and everything. They question if we brothers or not. So that caught a little buzz.
Funny. Wow.
So what's awesome to me is that people. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to do the interview with you and with the other new moderators, because I don't know if the group members realize just like how much, wealth of information and opportunities are wrapped up inside of these moderators that I choose. I generally don't just choose anybody. I choose those who I feel like is going to add some type of value to the group, or who has, some type of brand that I feel like they'll benefit from being in the group. And so I the people who are going to be, dedicated to the thing, because it ain't easy. All these posts that we get need approval for, and all that stuff, and 24/7. I swear to good artists post, and I remember wake up at 2:00 in the morning and just be like, post, I'm gonna be first. Like, it's so much, and it was too much for me to handle on my own. So I wanted to find moderators that have a natural love for the arts like we do, and would be willing to help, and then also add value, and then some of the the quality artists that are in the group, that you have first dibs at them when they post their music and their music videos and stuff like that, And so
absolutely,
I'm really excited to have, you on here, along with the fact that you're bringing Hype Magazine. I don't know if the listeners understand, but Hype Magazine has a very large following. Yeah. And so when you get on Hype Magazine, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, that's a big deal, because their following is mass. And and so that's like a great opportunity for artists who are really serious. In fact, let me put my bib up in there. Hey, can I get an interview? Yes,
absolutely.
Like, quality when I see it.
Right.
Absolutely. I would love to have you all on my podcast. I do host a podcast with the Hype Magazine called DJ Dance Party Virtual Interview Series. It's the second season. The first season was actually a TV show that we were shooting during the pandemic. And so we really didn't have the full crew or whatever, but it lasted for about a year and a half, from 2020 to 2021, and it was a great start to what we have right now. So right now we have it in a podcast form, but it will eventually go back to we'll be doing television again as well, along with the podcast.
Yeah, that's awesome right there. Now, all the things that you do, because you do a lot of different things that you just told us. What's some of the things like you like to do like the most? Like, do you like being doing a podcast, or like working with the magazine, or doing the thing on Team Z, or are you like a writer or anything like that? Or DJ Coalition, or some of the things you like the most?
I like the podcast because I like to talk too, so it just kind of work out very well, especially when you want to talk. And so I have learned so much about the industry just from just basic normal conversation with guests that I have on a podcast. Just like your show, everything is unscripted, and so I want my guests to feel like it's just a natural conversation, if it's over the phone or if it's doing it in person or virtual. And so I have just time to just listen, and there'd be times where they would talk most of the show because I'm sitting there listening, just taking in the knowledge of what they're talking about as well. And so I can apply that or use that to help other people that might be in the same situation. So, this podcast is by far probably my favorite thing to do in the industry besides DJing. I love manipulating music. I'm a remix DJ, so I just love just blending and mashing stuff up all the time. But podcasting definitely is what I like to do. And so that definitely has opened up so many doors and opportunities, not just for me, but just for people I have come in contact with working with me or being guests on the show, whatever. It just it's been a win-win situation for everybody.
That's awesome and amazing. I got a question for you. So I hear you talk about how you grew up listening to music, all different types of music. So I know you remember when hip hop first really started. The hip, the hop, the hip, the hop, I can see the bang bang. Like I know you remember that, right? So what are your thoughts about the last, decade or 2 decades of hip hop, and what do you think about the fact that there's a rumor going out that Latino music and Afro beats is about to take over? Like, what are your thoughts about those two things?
Well, basically, like the world sound and or the universal sound is considered the African beat music, Afro beats, and Latino music. The thing about hip hop, I think everybody across the board kind of just at some point got complacent to where, payola and all that got really, going very strong during that time where you could just buy your way to getting on the radio stations or getting on the charts and stuff. And it kind of just oversaturated hip-hop, and it came very stagnant because the sounds that we was hearing during that time was pretty much similar, but yet, it was still popular. You hear it everywhere in arenas, movies, you name it. And so I think this year with hip-hop kind of taking a back seat as far as being like the number one, someone having the number one record or number one on Billboard chart, people are starting to realize that we need to get back to the art. And so that's why all these festivals and these amphitheaters throughout the country is so packed with people that we used to listen to in the 80s and 90s that's back on tour and playing at these venues and selling out versus the newer artists that's in the industry. And so I think we're taking it back to the art, and that's a plus for hip-hop. And maybe with, us been celebrating the 50th-year anniversary of hip-hop, that the younger generation and the older generation of hip-hop can somehow bridge that gap even closer, so that way each generation can pay homage to each other, because all the other genres, they pay homage to the artists in the past or whatever, and they collab and do records together and stuff like that. And so I want to see that in hip-hop as well, because we have so much history and so much, talent that I would like to see those different kind of collaborations and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
And so Lil Ray them can stop running from the ops.
Right.
I'm just saying, when you got the younger generations complaining about the club music, saying the only thing that they're playing is just killer music, we can't even enjoy ourselves. We paranoid now. You know what I'm saying? We wearing masks. Nobody is enjoying themselves. Back in the 90s, early 2000s, when you go to the club, everybody they're like, hey, oh, hey, dancing and having fun. Now, everybody is holding up the wall and they're looking around to see who might come in with a gun while they playing, Murder Inc. or something like it.
Right, it's totally different. There's definitely a different vibe.
Yeah, I think that when Young Dolph died, and I said this, when Young Dolph got killed, I said, things about to change. I said, because that was a major mainstream artist, and they were already starting to get killed, but it was something about Young Dolph's death. I said, this is about to change stuff. And I remember thinking to myself and even saying it, like, somebody need to put out an SOS. Somebody need to, whatever happened to me. I started talking about that back in 2022 or 2021 or whatever. Like, there got to be some changes. And so it's good to know that what I'm saying has reached some people where they're like, yeah, there does need to be some changes. And the old school people coming back like, hey, I got the money. Hey, you don't want to hear them? How about us? You remember this song? And everybody packing it in. Yeah. And some of the newer ones, their concerts are getting canceled, aren't they?
Pretty much. A lot of them is not like getting followed through because people are like, okay, do I got to bring a vest with me?
Right. I got. Am I gonna make it home tonight?
So that's
why a lot of the older music is coming back on the Billboard charts because it's recirculating back into radio stations and satellite radio and stuff. Because of that reason, they are touring. They actually put on a show and stuff, and we miss that. It's a nostalgic feeling, and not only for us, they're also getting newer fans as well too. And so, you know, it's a beautiful thing that they can do that. But I would like to see the younger generation embrace it, just like the older generation embracing, you know, what the younger generation is going through right now.
The younger generation needs to listen. That's their problem. Like they don't want. I want to live my own life. You learn your lesson. I want to learn my. Like they don't want to listen because we've been telling them, listen, you've got to be creative. You cannot continue to follow that cookie cutter pattern just because you saw he made a lot of money with it. Like because people sooner or later are going to get tired of hearing the nonsense.
You're gonna
you know what I'm saying?
The same thing like, well, that sounds like this. Sound like this. So, yeah, there's a lot more chords. I feel there's a lot more other chords out there that you can use or melodies or notes that you can kind of create something that's going to, like, really have a real different feeling. I think they lost the lack of the emotion when it goes to a lot of different lyric-based type songs. I mean, it's lyrical. You know what I mean? Not necessarily just, you know, just like you said, cookie cutter, but if you're lyrical, it definitely stands out. But it's a different time, a different generation, but some of them, as they get older, they're going to listen to some of that music that's going to pop up. Like you said, being brought back in rotation, so it's doing something that's going to make, okay, I remember this song, or I know this song. And it could be, you know, 10, 15, 20 years old. You know what I mean? And then they also are doing a lot of remixes. Like you said, as a DJ, you do remixes too, so it helps to bring that part of that culture back to some people who may not even know about it, because I think that generations listen to the radio, that's all they listen to. They don't really, like, check a lot of different things out there to see, okay, what was my parents listening to? Or what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. You know, so by DJs like yourself, like in the coalition that you guys are doing, you know, bringing them remixes back is going to help that bridge that gap. So all the DJs out there, you know, that's one of the 5 elements of hip hop. So we say that right there.
Yeah, get y'all things back from these industries because they ain't get right with it. Y'all let them try it and it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Get that control back. It was the DJs that was breaking records back in the day. It was the DJs that was making the music spread from one city, you know, to another, one state to another. I don't know what the industry thought. So I don't know if you can talk about it, but I heard there was a private meeting back in the early 90s between the industry, between the industry and other people, and they was doing some stuff that had something to do with music in prison. Did you hear that rumor?
Just a little bit of that. I do know that, like, the corporations have a big play and say in the music that's been played on the stations today. And like we had to say before, all that murder music and drill music and stuff, that coming from corporate America. Like, they back a lot of these labels and radio stations, iHeartRadio, you know, Clear Channel, ran by, you know, corporate USA. And so I could see that being, you know, a correlation to the prisons and stuff, because they're making money both ways in a way. They make money when they have prisoners, and they make money when consuming whatever type of music material that they're putting out.
Right.
So I guess they should start doing rock and roll. Like, bring it back to rock and roll. The rock and roll is back getting no paper.
Rock and roll.
Who's the rock and roll you know right now?
Right.
Beatles?
No, they're not around.
Only one Beatles.
AC/DC, what was their name?
It's only, yeah.
I don't know. They still playing?
Yeah, they definitely still playing, but yeah, that genre has kind of died down, so.
It has, and I'm like, if you play around with it as a DJ or an artist, you just try to open up the different ways to find out what's going to be a good sound. Because I thought that, like, decades, music changed in the decades, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So now we're in a new decade, and it really hasn't changed as much from 2010 to 2020. You know?
Right.
So it's just like, where we at with this? 13 years now.
See, this decade that decade was an anomaly because usually this music would have cycled out by now, but this decade of hip hop has a long-standing grip hold, and just consumers and the people, the inside people, was like, man, like this trend should have already cycled out by now, but it had an extension probably about another 5 to 6 years, in which, like you said, music really rolled around every 10 years or whatever. The sounds and everything started to change, but I feel like now that with everything that has happened, with untimely deaths of some of our favorite artists or some of our mainstream artists, that we focus more on the art. I know people still gonna make drill music and all of that because that's just part of the culture. But I think as far as like the stations, the broadcasters, they're leaning toward more of that cleaner hip hop or that conscious hip hop or party hip hop instead of just having all that drill and killing music that we have been listening to for a while. And then all the festival stuff too, and that stuff is probably gonna always be played on the radio, but as far as like the pure hip hop, that sound is definitely coming back.
It is.
It has to hurry up because they got this hip hop right now got everybody strung out on scent, Percocet.
Oh.
If they ain't high, they running from the ops. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't running from the ops, they trying to make their money to get some scent or some Percocet or some ecstasy so they can feel. You know what I'm saying? So Beyonce can tell them to go get a prescription.
Right. I was going to ask you how you feel about how like tapes and TVs and stuff like that changed like throughout the years, because how do you feel like streams compared to selling CDs or albums has changed the game as well?
But streams really have taken away from the artists because, selling CDs out of your trunk of the car, a lot of people got started that way and was able to build empire from that. Master P, Cash Money, all those guys that they started, from selling out of their trunk or in their neighborhood and stuff. And see, the streams, again, that's all tied into corporate, and so the artists definitely don't get any kind of leeway when it comes to streaming, other than getting a plaque. You get 1 million streams, you get a plaque and everything, but they not benefiting financially like they would have if they was able to still sell CDs and stuff like that.
That's why I tell artists, and I know you hear me say it in the group sometimes. I have posts. I don't know how often you're able to catch my posts, but I'm always talking about that. I'm always telling artists, get back to your money. Get back to tangible items. I have an album that I released called The Journey, right? And it was a collection of music that I have worked with different artists like Mr. Stout, different people over the last 20 years, Mr. Hankey and all that kind of stuff. And I put it on a CD and I did a test, right? Before I ever released it to streams, I had a album release party and I sold it only to the people who came to my album release party. I had Hookers Atlanta 2022. I only the ones who came, I gave them copies. Went to different cities and sold it, made USBs and sold it. I made much more money selling my USBs and my CDs and stuff like that than I ever got in streams. In fact, I'm trying to figure out who's responsible for catching all the streams, because y'all missing a lot of streams. I know y'all playing my music more than y'all paying me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I always tell the artists, and I try to encourage even the promoters, when you have events, allow these artists to have vendor tables to sell their merch. Get back to what you can calculate and actually keep the numbers to, instead of just trusting that somebody said only one person played your music, only one stream, when on another platform it'll have that same thing that says you got 5 streams, and somewhere else say you got 20, but they only calculated, the one that passed you only calculated 1. What happened to them other streams? Y'all ain't catch them? Where the arms and who the fingers and just the strings through the way?
It's not being playing on purpose.
You remember when the one You're So Happy? Remember him?
For real.
That song was everywhere. That was song was you couldn't go nowhere without being happy.
On the radio on 4 different stations at one time. 4 different stations. It was on 4 different stations at one time. I'm going like, you go to the next station, like the song is going
like he needed y'all to be happy, but you know what? He wasn't happy when he got his check. He took him to court.
No, they took. You're right.
Yeah, he took him to court. He said, y'all got me messed up. You got everybody all around the world happy as hell, but I'm not happy right now.
Right. Yeah, you just got to be careful about those streaming companies. Like, I would recommend, like, artists to sell stuff off their actual website, like build your storefront or something and just distribute the music yourself. That way you'll get all that money up front versus, like you say, streams, because you're not going to get paid for streams. That's why you have to build your brand and go on tour and like pop up somewhere and put your merch out and stuff like that. But like if you create like a storefront or something like that to where you can distribute your own music and sell it, and I see that's a positive of the artist be able to benefit from their music versus having it all everywhere on streaming platforms.
Because you know what, that's work. Because and a lot of artists don't really want to put in the work.
They want the
work is getting out there and doing that street team type thing and building a fan base to come to your website or to buy your merch. Artists don't want to do that. They just want to post it up on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, and just be like, y'all come get it, come get me. Here I am. I'm the bomb. I got 10,000 streams. But you got paid 0.001. Like, it's not fair. The good thing about streaming is people who you may never see in the world knows about your music. They heard your music. They love your music. You may never get over to France. The France and heard it. You may never get to Canada. The Canada heard it. However, that ain't putting money in your pocket. Not really. You can't even put gas in your tank with what they paying.
Right. So it should be, a stream should be actually something more than just 1.00000.1. It should be more like $1. Like if you're playing the song, it should be $1.
And ain't they raising the price anyway, Spotify?
Yeah. Spotify is doing
the artist said, we want my money too. Why you collecting more money?
Right. If I buy it, it costs me $1.99. If I buy it, it costs me 99 cents. But if you stream it, it costs me. I'm only going to make 0.001, whatever.
You know what I think? I think that the corporations understood that the independent artist was going to become a big thing.
Yeah.
And they knew the ability they had to sell out of their car, out of their, because at that point we still had CDs. I think that it was a way to keep the independent down, right? So they could still have that leverage and they continue to push their artists. They knew to control the independent artists. There are millions of independent artists. Millions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I be changed that.
Yes, and
the buying power of independent artists.
How many songs did they say they was putting out every day? What, 250,000 songs?
Yeah. Yep.
So
every day.
And I tell artists this. Listen, if there are millions, let's just say if there's 1 million. Let's just say 1 million. Although we know there's more artists than that. But if 1 million artists decided to take $10 and invest it all, and let's say they was to find one person or 2 people or 5 people they like, and just bought from each other, just bought from 5 to 10. They would make them artists rich. The buying power for the independent buying power is humongous.
Yeah.
It outnumbers mainstream, but mainstream kind of like putting a rat in the little vent in the little tester, right, and making them think that they're not, making them think different than what reality is.
Sure. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I mean, well, I know we can't go back to going and open up the car in the trunk and everything and do that anymore.
Why not? Let me tell you something. Cars.
Well, I bought records like that off people.
I have a 2018 Toyota, right? My car still got a CD player while you're fooling.
That's true. Yeah.
2017, they still was making CD players. Maybe the new ones,
USB, yeah.
But what about you, Terrence? Do you have a CD player or USB port in your car?
Definitely have a USB port in the car. I know out of the newer model vehicles now don't have CD players. Most of them have either the aux connection or the USB port now, or Bluetooth.
Bluetooth, yeah.
So you can even get your music downloaded on USBs and have a cute little cover and everything. I got one, remember?
Yep.
I turned my music into a CD and a USB.
Yeah.
And so they could play it in their car, download it on their phone, add it to their playlist. Like, artists, stop thinking that you don't have the power to make that money. You do, but you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
It's all a process.
Yeah. Why you waiting for Spotify to say you got $20 when you could be out there making $2,000? You know what I'm saying?
Very true. And go out there perform. Do little shows you get to open up, all that kind of stuff. That's real important right there.
But the vendors, the promoters got to help too. Y'all need to provide vendor tables. So do you do
Next level up or hype?
Hype magazine? Do they have events? And do they have events for independent artists?
All the time. We teamed up with Reinhardt Willie for a grassroots seminar series that's going on currently with our CEO, Jamila Wilkerson. Check that out. You can go to thehypemagazine.com or to our social media platforms to get more information on that. But, yes, we always doing events or pop-ups for independent artists. We do it in Atlanta, out there in Las Vegas, L.A., New York even. We have a lot of people that is affiliated with us that put on these events and stuff. And like I was talking about Labor Day weekend, we are one of the sponsors for Atlanta Hip Hop weekend. And so we're going to have a lot of independent artists that's going to be performing during that weekend too. So, yes, we are all about the independent artists, giving them a platform and, just to be able to show their talent.
Do you also provide vendor tables for people to buy their merch? Because I found the best time to sell merch is when you get up off the stage.
Oh, yeah, right.
So do y'all provide vendor tables for these artists to be able to promote their merch after they've gotten off the stage?
Yes, one of the cool things we did when we was taping the first season of DJ Dance Party, while we was doing the TV taping of the show, we would have vendors set up outside of our studio, fashion designers, artists, just anybody that had a business and want to promote during the event. And so we always have events where you can come out and promote as well and set up a network. And that was one of the cool things about doing the TV show during that time is networking with different vendors that I might not have met if I wasn't doing the show, because they came there to set up to, sell their merch and the network.
Yeah, that's awesome and amazing. So being that you are now Atlanta Music Industry Group moderator with some of the other moderators, like Right Vibe Entertainment. And I have a couple of more that I've reached out to that I want to see if they want to come on and talk about their brand, what they're doing or whatever. But I definitely would love, because Right Vibe Entertainment has been collaborating with us for the last 2 years for Hookup Atlanta. I definitely would love to see if Hype Magazine or the DJ Coalition, Next Level DJ Coalition, if they would like to, come together and do the third annual Hookup Atlanta. And Hookup Atlanta is just a networking event for the Atlanta Music Industry Group. It's about networking the people that the artists we've been seeing, the different podcasters, DJs, grafters, everybody just kind of getting together and networking and having fun, and most of the time the artists perform.
Right.
So you get, like last year we had, when I say the artist was off the freaking chain, and they were coming from all over. We want to do it again. I know it's kind of getting later in the year, but I promised them we was going to have a networking event.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a woman of my word. So definitely would like to see if you and your team, along with some of the other moderators, would like to come together and just get one popping before the year ends.
Absolutely. We can definitely get together and, plan a networking event. And, that would be great to, give out to the, give back to the artists and just to be able to help each other.
That's what it's about. If we don't unify, in all honesty, that's why, I have the Indie Revolution, and I'm always preaching that, because y'all don't understand how powerful we are when we come together and unite. We all got resources. We all got ideas. We all got stuff. We all got followers. We all got all this. When we come together and do stuff together and support each other, that makes you more powerful than mainstream. It is what it is. We all, in fact, in my opinion, independent artists are the new mainstream.
Yeah, I find so much good music that way by going through the independent, different groups and stuff like that, and I also get like the DJ coalitions. Like those are so. If you're an artist,
because you're a DJ,
yeah, you want to send that music to those DJs, and you want to be on those coalitions or whatever those groups or wherever ones you can get it, get involved with, because then you get your music to those DJs, and it's thousands, tens of thousands of DJs out there, 100,000, probably a million DJs. We get your music heard, spun, and then it helps you get out there. What we do, and with a promotion and stuff that we do, or the PR work or anything like that, we help artists get their music spun, and then people want them to come into town for them, come to their city, come to their area. Like I just got from a man, the Real Woody, like they just invited him to come out there to Vegas in October.
So the Real Woody, the last video flyer that I created with you and the artist is coming on later.
Aria the Bawse, yeah.
Aria the Bawse is coming on later. You know that song, Just Like a Diamond?
Yeah.
That is Woody.
Yes.
Yeah.
That song is fire.
Yeah, and it's doing very well. Very, very well.
That song is fire. Because it's different.
Yeah, that's what we need out here, too.
I get in the car and I get mad
Absolutely.
because it's like, huh? Did you hear? Is he still here?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm still here. I was disagreeing with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get in the car now, and it's just like getting in the back of my truck, and a bleep, and then bleep. Oh, hold on. You didn't used to be able to cuss on the radio. Now you about done saying everything, and there's no, I swear. Today's hip-hop, this new generation, now I understand how grandma and them used to feel about rock and roll. There's no meaning in that music. No meaning, there's no love, there's no growth in that music. It's all, you're speaking about things that can only lead to the grave. You know what I'm saying? You're running from the ops, and while you're doing it, you're smoking the Molly. You know what I'm saying? You roll around there, blowing up the bank. Like, it's not, there's no life in that. There's no education in that.
Yeah.
Right, no soul in it either.
Huh?
I said there's no soul in it either.
No soul, no love.
They waiting on me.
They waiting on you.
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Stout can rap, too.
I'm going to give him some bars. That's something good right there.
Yes. So what, do you have any new projects? Do y'all ever work with any artists individually and push select different ones that you really, I know you said you have a label. So when you're out there doing your podcast and you're bringing artists in your podcast, do you ever kind of select the ones that you really want to work with? And then how do you decide who you're going to have on your podcast? Do they submit stuff to you or you select them?
It kind of go both ways. They'll reach out to me, and it's just a feel for what I have as far as who I want to have on the show. Just looking at their, body of work as far as their passion for it, and just the things that they are doing to get their music heard. And so I reach out to talent that I see that's actually out there putting in the work. But it goes both ways. I get we get a lot of submissions and stuff for the show, and so we also take that into consideration too.
Oh, okay. So, are there any independent artists that you have run across in the Atlanta music industry group that you actually have worked with, or whose music really caught your eye, or who you can name?
So far, there's an artist by the name of Darius King. I have been working with him exclusively probably the last few weeks. He just started doing music a little over a year ago, but you can't really tell that he's only been doing it for a year. He's very mature, and even with his sound, it sounds like he's been doing it for years. So that's one of the artists that's in the Atlanta music industry group that I've been working with as of right now currently.
What's his name?
Name Darius King.
Darius Keys?
King, yeah, like King, Crown King, K-I-N.
Oh, Darius King. Okay. All right, got you. Another thing I feel like the artists need, if they really need more education, they need to understand about marketing and promotions and taking advantage of different marketing and promotions, because if people don't see you working, if they don't hear you, if you're not using opportunities, like for instance, tonight was a free marketing opportunity. All they needed to do was call in and say, hey, my name is XYZ, and I got a new, single out and my website is, and that would have been a permanent part of this interview.
Right.
And so anytime I'm promoting this interview, they're automatically getting, some spins, or they could have sent in music or anything. I feel like the artists are so stuck on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that they're not understanding how to take advantage of different networking and promotional opportunities.
Right.
Especially the ones that you don't got to pay for.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They need more education.
So it's Next Level Up, the DJ Coalition, right? Real Life Music LLC we're working with, and Hype Magazine, Terrence J. Bennett. So did he put out information about how they can reach out to him or anything like that?
Yeah, because I've been talking to him to death. I'm sorry, you know how women are.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to say thank you all for allowing me to be on the show. You can follow me on Instagram at the real Teerecx, and you spell it Teerecx. As far as the Hype Magazine, you go to the website www.thehypemagazine.com, nextleveldjcoalition.com, reallifemusicllc.com, and we also have social media pages too, as well, with those same names. So you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well.
I'm curious, do you have any children that are following along in your musical footsteps?
No, I've been trying to get them to, be part of Two Factor Media, which is my nonprofit organization, nonprofit media organization. But they all have other career aspirations, but hopefully one day they might step into the entertainment thing.
Right.
Right, yeah. Okay. So as we're winding down your segment of the interview, and I just want to thank you so much for coming through, for telling us who you are, so that when the Atlanta Music Industry Group members do see you, they will understand that reaching out to you will be probably very good for their career. Like you fool them. You got to understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's so much information and so many different people, some of them good, some of them not, that are offering stuff. And sometimes it's hard to know who to choose unless you get an interview like this where you're able to listen to them talk about what all they have to offer and who they are. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And so it's good that you were able to come on and talk to us, and that those who take the time to listen and who are really serious about their craft, will reach out to you.
Yes.
It's not even just from this interview, but just watching you promote your different things in the Atlanta music industry. Do you have any shout-outs?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Any shout-outs that you would like to give to anybody?
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to give a shout-out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ,
Amen.
God, my wife, children, the Hype Magazine, Two Factor Media, Next Level, DJ Coalition, Real Life Music, TMZ, Teerecx, and you all for, allowing me to come on your platform and, to do this interview with you.
I definitely appreciate that.
All the way up.
If you could give one word of advice to someone who is aspiring to be either in a DJ or, a podcaster, or who really wants to be an artist, whatever, because you do so many things, what advice would you give to someone who wants to do some of the things or maybe all the things that you do?
Well, it's kind of like a combo deal here. Be yourself and don't allow the 20 people in your immediate circle or your neighborhood or your city to stop you from trying to attempt to do something, because there's 8 billion people out here that you can market to other than the people that's around you in your circle. That can be family, friends, or people that just in your general vicinity. So, if you just be yourself and we all have a purpose. So, if you feel like God has given you a purpose, then serve that purpose and just be yourself.
Yeah, that's real stuff right there.
Amen. I love it. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'll be getting with you and some of the other moderators to talk about Hookup Atlanta. I'm going to be out in Atlanta this weekend, but I know you're not in that area, so you probably won't be able to meet with us in person, but maybe we can still get you on the phone so you could be a part of the meeting or whatever. But I'm just happy to have you here, and I hope that you, enjoy being a moderator, and I hope that you make a lot of connections, networking, and I hope it builds your brand and it brings you some of the best artists. And I'm glad that you're actually looking in the group for artists. Like you said, Darius King is someone that he found in the group, discovered in the Language Energy group that he's been working with, and that he sees potential in. And there's a lot of potential in that group.
It is.
A lot. There's some of y'all, I know only your mama said you was good, but there's a lot that's really, really, really good, and so it's worth, searching through. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just having fun. Some of them are serious. And just finding the ones that's serious.
Right.
So, yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. And enjoy your time on the beach. I'm jealous.
Hanging out, man.
Out there having fun. But where you at? Well, I ain't nowhere but on the beach.
Awesome.
Just a time to get away, refresh the mind, the body and soul.
Well, you got to have it. You know what? With so many things going on, family, work, life, relationship, just all the things, you got to have that me time, that relaxation time, that chill time. So we want to thank you so much. We got another artist that's coming on right after this, AriaThe Bawse.
AriaThe Bawse.
AriaThe Bawse.
On the line with
AriaThe Bawse is coming on out of
Jersey City, New Jersey.
I don't want to be messing. I've been messing up all night. It's like So we're gonna take a quick break and play some more music.
Yes.
That some of Omidara's people.
Some artists that she worked with.
Yeah, when I say she had the greatest artist, the greatest work ethic, I'm going to miss seeing her.
Oh yeah.
She would just send me just inspirational words sometimes.
She just called me.
Yeah,
when she was in the hospital, she called me.
She was still pushing her brand even from the hospital.
Yes.
So it's a great loss to the independent movement. It's a great loss to independent artists. She was somebody who really cared about the people she rocked with. So we're going to play some more of her music.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to come back with AriaThe Bawse. She's going to beat me up. Aria, don't beat me up!
Thanks for calling this up, Terrence.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
myself if I stuck around. You would come around. I was a fool for you. Now it's game over. Even though I wanna be with you, I just can't wait around. Now you tell me you're ready, but your time has run out. We could have been something special, but I gotta let you go. It's too late. Just took the chance you had it. Then you took it all for granted, and I know you regret it. I'm gone. Too late. Nothing you can do or say to change my mind. I had to free myself from you so long. My time I gave you, all my time, gave you all my time. Sacrifice this for ya. Boy, you know I was good to ya. Time moved on and you played me out. I had to figure it out. Can't be a fool for ya, so it's game over. Even though I wanna be with you, I just can't wait around. Now you tell me you're ready, but your time has run out. We could have been something special, but I gotta let you go. Baby, it's too late. Just took the chance when you had it. Then you took it all for granted, and I know you regret it. I'm gone. Too late. Nothing you can do or say to change my mind. I had to free myself from you so long. Even though I wanna be with you, I just can't wait around. Now you tell me you're ready, but the time had run out. We could have been something special, but I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. Just took the chance you had it. Took it all for granted, and I know you regret it. I'm gone. Too late. Nothing you can do or say. No. I had to free myself from you so long. Yeah.
This is your boy, Bad Boy Billy Sly. Whether I'm just chilling in the studio or kissing a leading lady or out on the street promoting our new CD, Kenny G Wall of Bass, no matter how you play it, I'm down with Patricia and Mr. Stout on The Move Unscripted, baby.
Yes, right. We back, shit, man. That's Stout. On the-
That was an unscripted moment. Why were you not muted?
It was muted. It said unmuted. I unmuted it.
So how
Welcome
are
back.
you doing, everybody? I hope that you enjoyed that first interview with Mr. Teerecx J. Bennett Sr. And so we have another artist that is on the line.
Oh, yeah. Then we got AriaThe Bawse holding it down from Jersey City, New Jersey. Mad Global doing her thing. I think you got on the line with hey, what's going on?
All right, you didn't hear me mess up your name, right? I've been messing up all night. I think it's the Mercury retrograde.
No, you're okay. You're all right. You're all right. I know what you meant. You know,
How
Ken
you
is
doing,
right. I am blessed and grateful. I can't complain even if I wanted to. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm really excited, pumped up, you know, and ready to rock it out. So what's up? Talk to me, y'all.
All right, yeah.
So, you know, we got to take all the artists down the Yellow Brick Road. But before we do that, I know that Mr. Stout, you and Mr. Stout have known each other a while. How did y'all connect?
I was at a fashion show that she was doing modeling at.
Oh, yeah. That was
Queens,
about
New York,
too.
yeah.
I've seen that.
And and I was doing a thing for a magazine, and I gave her a copy of the magazine and said, you should definitely look into this. And she did, and then she wound up doing the billboards, and then wound up becoming a model down there in Is that South Carolina?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm making moves real fast.
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. A go-getter for real, for real.
Exactly.
We like to take all of our artists down the Yellow Brick Road with the Wizard of Oz, whichever one you like the best, and just tell us, what is your love of music and modeling and, just being an influencer and motivator? Like, where did that all start from? Like, where did it begin?
Yeah, if I could be honest, it really started, my mom, she did music. She still does music. And, she has music in Tokyo and France and things like that. So I was always a musical, a part of a musical family, writing poetry, singing with my sister, and just having those type of, memories and moments with my family. And then modeling, I actually just started doing something when I was in college. I just wanted to, be a part of those shows. And I started out so horrible, like my knees were bent, and it's so ironic that I met Kenneth during a New York Fashion Week show, because when I first started, it was really bad, really, really bad. And I grew within myself. I grew over time, and that's just my message to my butterflies and those that are listening live right now and those that will listen soon or eventually. Keep at it. If it's something that you want to do, if it's something that you feel, is a passion of yours and something you can take far, just keep at it, because you never know which day will be your day and what day will be your break. Okay, so yeah, just over time, everything just started to develop. But music has always been in my body.
Yeah,
awesome and amazing.
So also you've been doing a thing as an influencer. I know you done work with some TV a little bit, and you did a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let's get into that stuff right there.
You know what? I think talking to people and being a personable person is just very easy for me. So recently I just interviewed Tiffany Haddish. I just interviewed Michael Blackson, Cool from Cool and the Gang. So I mean, it's an amazing experience. I did have a show on Roku called the Showcase Spotlight, which I am no longer a part of, so I wouldn't say watch it, but I mean, whatever. And yeah, just I have a lot of great things coming up. I'm going to be interviewing some celebrities at the MTV Awards, and just being amazing. Right now, I'm currently in a hospital, so I mean, there's that. But like I said, just keep at it. Never let anything stop you or break you, and that shows the universe and God that you're serious about your craft and what you want to do, and then the blessings will start rolling right after the rain stops falling.
Oh, you in the hospital now. I wish to pray for a speedy recovery. And yeah, that does show your dedication, your loyalty to the craft, and who you are, because ain't nothing gonna stop you, not even the hospital. Okay.
Right. Still on the line with it. That's real. No doubt. And now some of the other things that you've been working on, what you got this new project. You also do music, so can we get into some of that right there? You got a new single that's coming out.
Yeah, I do have a new single that's coming out. It's really exciting. I mean, I know you're going to love it. It's called The Vibe, and it is a vibe, not just because I'm a vibe, but because it is a vibe. I write music, I sing, I rap, so I also have an artist right now. She just finished shooting with Love and Hip Hop Miami. So, be sure to check that out on Mondays, 7-8 Central Time. And, yeah, I manage artists. I am an artist, and I'm just all about personal development, confidence coaching, and, putting out some hot music for the audience to listen to, The Vibe, coming out very soon, okay? AriaThe Bawse, you dig?
I did.
Get some of that.
Are you active in the Atlanta Music Industry Group on Facebook?
Yeah. I've been posting in there. I'm putting together a little list that I've been telling everybody about. So yeah, I haven't been maybe in the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but overall, yeah, I'm more definitely active, and I'm gonna get a lot more active. As of late, or as soon as we hang up, I'm gonna check and see what's going on in there.
Right.
That's awesome. Have you been able to, the times that you have been active in the group, have you spotted any talent that caught your eye? Is there anybody in the group that you work with or you would like to work with that you remember their names?
No, not really. I'm not gonna lie. But now, everything happens for a reason. So you mentioning that, I may just log in, or tap into the page and see somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. So, not yet, I would say.
And you know what? I think that for any of the artists that may be listening, whether you're a part of the group or not, just listening to, AriaThe Bawse and, Teerecx just talk about their influences, and what the doors that they're able to open for, artists, for independent artists, like you just said, Love and Hip Hop. That's a major door.
Major.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I work with them for sure. Yeah.
I always say,
major. Yeah, I would say it is major. It's beautiful, to watch people grow. I do my branding and marketing as well. So, helping brands her from the beginning to the end. Shout out to LX the Weirdo. So seeing that growth in her, it just has been, just a phenomenal experience, just seeing people grow, with your leadership and as you follow God and follow, the right path. I mean, it's something that I don't take for granted, I just really don't.
Yeah.
It is, and I agree with you because, since me and Mr. Stout have been a partner, having our partnership as far as the Atlanta Music Industry Group, and then the artists that he's brought, the artists that I brought, the artists that we've been working with, and like you said, watching them grow from when they, come and join you to, and watching them continue to move forward and grow in their craft and their brand and all that kind of stuff. That makes you feel like a proud mama, a proud papa, right?
Yeah, it do, man. I like to see people grow and stick around. I get people that I've known for 10, 15 years ago that I still see them doing their thing. I don't even talk to them, as much, but then they still come back and chop it up with us and give us updates about what they've been working on and new things they were doing. And I really like to see people grow in their craft, in their artistry or in their brands, or like in business. It's a learning and a growing process. So that's the best way to really do it and gain and learn all the information that you possibly can about this industry because, you can get the runaround on a lot of stuff, right? So you want to be able to know what it is that you're doing, but if you don't know, ask somebody who does, who can actually really take you to that next level. And that's what, with all the people that we talking to, like, with Teerecx and then with AriaThe Bawse is doing, like that's what they bring to the table, so keep yourself in good company like that.
And the good thing about us is that we continue to work and to promote even artists, even after they're no longer actively. They may not be actively working with us at that moment, but when they got a new project, a new something they shoot to us, we still share. Yeah. We still promote it. We still, I'm still showing love to artists that came to Hook Up Atlanta 2021, Hook Up Atlanta 2022. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like it's a partnership. They believed in us enough to bring their gifts, their talent, their time investment to us, and so we show that love back by keeping a long-term relationship with them and assisting them and still growing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people in the group will see me posting a lot of some of the same artists, and that's because they got new stuff going on, and I'm still pushing them. Right. Just because they're not at the event right now or they haven't been on the Move Unscripted lately does not mean I still push them.
Right.
We still promote them. We still support them.
Yep.
Yes.
All the way.
And that's what it's about, and so I'm glad that you as an artist are not just pushing yourself, but you are pulling back, reaching back and grabbing other artists and helping them. Like, that's what it's all about, because like you, I'm an artist too, right? But I find just as much joy in pushing other people as I do myself.
Right. Yeah. Deep right there. I feel that.
Absolutely.
I do.
That's what it's about. Just building that relationship, that network, that connection, and just allowing people to be all they can be, because at the end of the day, that's going to benefit you as well. And I just really, love what I do. I love seeing people go from 0 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to, the next level. And, it brings me great joy. And on top of that, also knowing that I need a mentor. I need someone that's going to guide me and help me to where I'm going as well. So it's not the blind leading the blind, constantly picking up knowledge and information and connecting with the right people, rubbing elbows. And now, before I even took a big splash into AriaThe Bawse, I took time to build my network. So now I have a network in the modeling industry. I have a network in the music industry. I also wrote a series. It took me 6 months. And now, I'm in the process of building up actors for that. I have another reality TV show that's coming out that's not trademarked yet, so I won't mention it too much. But I have, mentors in that. So it's all about, making sure that you're fully equipped to continue to lead, not just, pick up some information, teach what you know, and then now you're stuck trying to, lead. So you got to constantly, every day, all day, better your craft, constantly, work on, finding out who you are, what God has sent you here for, so that you can impact other people the way you want to be impacted yourself.
You better come on with it now. Motivator, influencer. She's not playing with y'all. Did y'all hear all that?
Right. She's a coach too.
I hope y'all wrote it down.
Right. Are you still doing something for the Fashion Week is coming up? Was it in September? Are you going to be doing any of those for this year?
You know what? I am actually going to be just focusing on my music. I got a performance August 27th, a celebrity event. So right now I'm focused, just solely on that. But I did put some of the models that I do know in fashion shows, in celebrity events. So, it's okay. It's not just about me. It's about them as well. So, I'm just pushing my connections forward.
That's awesome.
Well, we know you can't be on here long because you are in the hospital, and we definitely want you to concentrate on your health because health is first.
Very important.
Got to be able to take that time to nurture yourself, to support yourself, to rest. So I know that the doctor's probably going to be coming in a minute and taking care of your needs.
You know what? Currently, I'm getting an X-ray currently as we speak.
You see what I'm saying? She's not playing. Aria's not playing.
Holding it.
Hold on, X-ray, man. Let me just get these last little, influential words out here and let them know who I really am, and then we'll get right back to this X-ray.
Yeah, the doctor is being so amazing. He's being patient, and that's probably because he loves what he does. So he doesn't really have to, he understands what's going on. And that's what it is about being an attractive person, not in looks, but in your spirit and who you are.
There it is.
But thank you so much. I appreciate you.
So how can, if someone would like to follow you, or they'd like to get in touch with you, or they'd like to check out some of your videos, because like I said, I saw the modeling thing on Facebook. I wasn't able to attend, but I was definitely watching it. It was amazing. How can people get in touch with you? Tell us your social handles, or your contact information.
Yeah, absolutely. The doctor told me not to breathe, so I'm just going to finish this right here. You can follow me on Instagram, AriaThe Bawse, AriaTheBawse. You can follow me on Facebook, same thing. TikTok, same thing, AriaThe Bawse. I do have a YouTube that I'm building currently, so just follow, and I'll start adding some content shortly. And, I love y'all. Stay beautiful. Stay blessed. Never let anybody tell you who you can be and what you can do. And I'll see you at the top because the bottom is just too crowded. I'm out.
Right.
Come on now. We're blowing you healing and love, and tell the doctor we said we appreciate him and thank him for all he does for the patients that he takes care of.
All right.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mama.
Now, there it is right there, man. That's our first one right there with somebody. Actually, I think I did speak to Omidara. She's in the hospital on the radio. But I think that might be one of the first ones right here on the move, though.
That was deep.
That was.
That's called dedication.
Right. He had a passion in both of the conversations that we had with both of the guests tonight that actually, you can hear that. You can hear it in a spirit about how things are coming their way, but they work so hard to get to that point where they are right now, and that's very inspirational.
Yes, just how they, and the one thing that they both had in common was perseverance. They didn't quit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I think that Teerecx said since 1988 she's been doing it. You know, with her, she's doing it. Rain, sleet, hail, snow.
Right.
You know, she's like, hey, I'm in the hospital, but look, hold on, doc, let me get this interview out because this is going to, you know, this interview may go here, there, and I want people to know who I am. So hold on a minute, get the X-ray kit, just stay right there. We coming. Like, that's deep.
Yeah,
that shows, you know, who she is as a person, as an artist, as a leader.
That's why she's doing MTV with LX and Weirdo. Big up to LX and Weirdo, too. I got a chance to meet her out there in Manhattan in New York City. That was so great, you know, to see her perform live. You know, I've seen her videos and things like that. And then, you know, what Aria is doing for a lot of these artists out there, she's making a way for them, but she's also making a way for herself. They said she's working with, you know, MTV, then she's got a TV show that's coming out there, but she got the new music. It's a lot that goes with that, right? You know? So, yeah, big up to all of them, you know. And, you know, I would definitely like to know what's up with Teerecx, some of the artists that he may know that he can slide our way so we can put them on our playlist and stuff like that as well, you know. So, yeah. And if you got some music, send it over to us. What email do you want to use the artist to send you music?
On the Move Show at hotmail.com.
All right, send that over, man, and let's get them on there. You can send them also to KennethStout@71@gmail.com or SkeenBeachRadio@gmail.com. And I'm actually going to be on the air this weekend. We're still celebrating 50th year anniversary of hip hop. We're still doing that as well. And I'm putting together a new playlist, which your music is on there as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're going to get Skate Rock and Roll on there as well.
Rock and Roll.
I think you got another track.
I do. Yeah. So I have the remix to Skate Rock and Roll coming out on September 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the remix, y'all.
Right. Oh, man.
You know, you got to have a remix on top of the remix on top of the remix. And you got one that's hot. So it's been getting a lot of love. You know, featuring One Way Zay, and you being the producer for that, you know, that awesome beat.
I was just listening to that.
Yeah, I'm amazed when I think about all the songs that has hit #1 for me on the indie charts, and how you created most of the beats. You know,
funny.
Yeah, that's deep.
It worked together.
Yeah, it really did.
It really did. And yeah, I mean, I appreciate, you know, you guys, what y'all do too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, for all of you who follow us, or you want to contact us, you can also go to the website for the Atlanta Music Industry Group, which is www.atlantamusic.industry.com. So that's AtlantaMusicIndustry.com. And you can actually access the Facebook group that I was talking about with the 32,000 members. You can access that through the website. So if you go to AtlantaMusicIndustry.com and then click on the Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you'll be able to go directly into those groups. And like I said, there's so many talented artists in there, so many talented labels. You know, I actually met, you know, Terrence J. Bennett Sr. in that group, you know, working with you, networking. It's all about networking. So I met, you know, AriaThe Bawse through you, and that's networking. It's all about networking. Omidara.
Yeah.
I think you introduced me to Omidara way back in 2016, but I feel like we reconnected through the group.
Yeah.
Or she was following me.
Definitely did.
Kenny Runaways, they came out there, turned out the stage. We had so many, you know, wonderful freaking artists last year. Molly Sosa with the summer. He was turning it out because we brought kids on last year. So we had kids at the group. Mr. Stout performed. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it was a lot of great talent. Nevaeh, like the list of artists.
Mako Girl.
Oh my gosh, it was just so many artists that brought it.
On this year,
you know. So definitely, I'm looking forward to collabing with some of the moderators, you know, and just making it a great event. It's coming. The year ain't up yet. It's
right. Good. I do like the idea for the theme for this, like doing it at a roller skating rink. Because I'm actually going to get my practice. I'm going to say that here on live on the air. I'm going to practice on my little roller skating skills. But if you do it at like a roller skating rink, I think that'd be like a turn up for real.
So, you doing King Beast Radio this week?
Yes, I will be on the air 8 o'clock Saturday, East Coast time, 8 o'clock, Skeem Beats Radio Music Review. You can search that on Spreaker.com under Mr. Stout or Skeem Beats Radio Music Review, and it'll pop right up. I'm actually going to have it on my Mr. Stout page and also on the Atlantic Music Industry Group page as well. You guys will be able to see that and listen to it live all around the world. Wherever you're listening to your podcast, it'll show up on there for sure.
And so remember that it's Atlanta Music, M-U-Z, Z like zebra, M-U-Z-I-C, right, industry.com. When you join the group, please, y'all, answer the questions. And if you've if you just joined Facebook yesterday, don't even bother.
We know you're not real. Get your AI stuff out of here. We already know we're watching you. That's so funny.
You just joined Facebook.
Like nobody can just join Facebook, right?
What do you mean?
You're under a rock somewhere. What are you, 1 year old?
But it's been awesome just to see all the members who have been around for so long, because I feel like I started the Atlanta Music Industry Group when I was still living in Chicago, maybe like 2011, 12, 9, somewhere around in there. And with me going back between Atlanta and Chicago and stuff and just watching it grow and it being on the radio and just, 2020 just took it to another level.
Right.
And so just watching the growth of the group and watching the members grow,
Right.
and just all the different promoters and stuff that come through with awesome events. All we ask is, look, make sure you have them been to the tables for those artists, And artists, make sure you get your tangible items and put that money back in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then consumers and music lovers, support the independent movement, support the independent artists. When you go and see them with a table out there, buy something from them. You wasn't going to use that money nowhere but Wendy's, Mickey D's, somewhere like that anyway. So why not invest in an artist who's out there doing their thing and fighting the pavement and trying to make a name for himself? You know what I'm saying? Help that woman, help that man, support that.
Yeah.
You still got that 2006 car with that CD player, and it still works. Go ahead and buy the CD. You got a USB port. What you think? You just gonna be looking at it in your car? Why not use it? Go ahead and buy a USB from one of these artists. Like, help the movement.
Right, and sell and share the stream. If you're somebody that you like their music, share that song to everybody. You got 5,000 friends, buy it, share it.
It's 99 cents.
Yeah, right. And then still send that link to somebody else to buy it too.
You can't even buy a candy bar with 99 cents. So you might as well invest in it.
Right? You can get 2 songs for a bag of chips.
Right, because once you eat them chips, that's gone, but that music going to stay in your playlist for as long as you want it to be. So invest in the independent artists, because they work hard. They spend a lot of time, money in the studios and stuff like that. And then artists take opportunities. Like, we should have one artist call in here tonight and just say who they are, what new release they got. I had somebody hit me up.
We should start doing that.
I had somebody hit me up and they asked me, hey, can you give me a shout out? Give your own self a shout out. I gave you the number while you ain't call in. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Get busy, man. Look, they're already telling you that. Like the Latin music and the Afro beats is about to take over.
Oh my God.
Hip hop guys are in trouble. Better get it together.
Y'all better work hard.
The old schoolers on their way back. What? Go back to class,
the hip hop class, and figure it out. Rap. You know what? If you don't start making some type of creative change to rap music gonna end up being like disco. They gonna have it over there in that stadium. Take all the rap songs and throw it all in the stadium. Bam! So y'all better figure it out. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. You want to give a shout out to somebody?
I want to give a shout out to you.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you so much for being my partner, of these last 3.5 years or whatever, and just really helping to build the Atlanta Music Industry Group. I appreciate, and in my music and in my career and in my craft, This Can't Be Love, a movie that I filmed, hit over 100,000 views. Wow. It got hundreds of comments and stuff. And just to hear people say that it touched them, that it saved a life, like that means a lot to me. So I appreciate you for all that you've done, to help me and my son, in our career, and also loving how you are also not just a DJ and producer, stuff, but also an artist and loving your craft. 54321 was my free.
Oh yeah, we'll get that video for y'all this year.
I thank you for my son, my children, One Way Zay, my other children. I thank all the artists who have supported the movement and joined forces with me over the last few years. All the ones who have come to the events, all the guests, the patrons who have supported the artists by coming to the event. Just everything about the industry and all, but more importantly than anything, I thank God.
Right.
I got to say, just like what Teerecx said, God is the Most High. I praise God. Thank you, Jesus, for all that you've done and for all the doors that you've already opened, all the things you've already done, even before I start to pray for something new. So I definitely thank God for all that He's, because I could have never done any of this on my own.
Wow.
The Lord has made it possible. Yeah, I think my family, friends, everybody. So you can go to YouTube and check out any of my music. It's Miss Goins 1119, or you can go to my Instagram page, which is Patricia Marie Goins, or you can go to one of my music pages, which is N like Nancy, the number 1, MLikeMary.com/Patricia M Goins, and check out. I think I got like 140 or 50,000 plays on that or whatever,
Right.
You can go to my website, ATW
Media.
No, I'm trying to think, wait a minute, because it's too much. ATW Shop.
Oh, yeah, Shop.
ATWMshop.com. That's what it is.
All right.
What about you? How can they reach out to you?
Call me. No, you can reach out to me.
777-93-11.
I was just going too. Yeah, they can hit me up at Steam Beats Radio all the way across the board. Twitter. I'm on Alignable. I'm on all those. You can just actually Google Steam Beats Radio. Hit me up, and we will do some things, man. I'm working with some great artists out here right now that's doing anything. My man Buddy is doing anything out there in North Carolina. The Real Woody. We're working with AriaThe Bawse. So many different artists, man, that we have some work that we're doing with, man, and that's where I'm at with it. So you guys, you can hit me up at pinupstout71@gmail.com. Send me those tracks. And like I said, on Instagram, Facebook, Steam Beats Radio, you will definitely see me, or you hit me up at pinupstout as well. It's all wide open. Send me a message. I see a lot of people. I think I got over 75 messages that I've seen that people are trying to send me because I don't know them. But I'm going to get at you guys. I know we got some things coming up for the fall. Welcome back to the school, all the kids out there. I know the parents are all happy about that is going on. And let's get together, do some things. I want to give a shout out to Maui, Hawaii. Please donate to those folks out there. They're still going through it. The media is not showing you what's going on, so please donate to somebody that's a serious donation. You're not just giving it to anywhere, but please do that.
Like the Red Cross is taking donations.
Yeah.
Check with your church to see if they're doing, and just definitely pray for them,
Yes.
Definitely. So we appreciate y'all, for coming on, stopping by, checking us out, listening to what we got going on. And for all the people who go back and download the shows that we did last year, years ago, like that's the bomb diggity. When I look at all the people who go back and listen to the show afterwards, So I pray that this particular episode was something that you could get some meat and potatoes from, something to grow from. I hope that you took the time to write down the information, the contact information, and reach out to, Mr. Stout, myself, Teerecx, AriaThe Bawse. Like, reach out to us, because that's what we're here for. Yeah, we have our own thing. Yes, we're artists, we're broadcasters, we're, DJs, we're all that kind of stuff. But then we also do what we love to do, and that's helping others. If we can unify and help others, we can grow. That's how you grow.
I want to give a shout out to you, too, because you are thebomb.com.
Am I thebomb.com?
Don't get so. Oh, man.
Appreciate that. Peace and love to y'all. And remember, I was the first. On the Move Unscripted, unfiltered, uncut, uncensored. We give it raw. We give it to you raw. That's how we like it. And all them other people, they is playing around counterfeit.
Right.
Until next time, y'all.
right. I'm just some.
Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Peter Piper picked apart them. Peter Piper picked apart them. Peter Piper picked apart Dion. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Peter Piper picked apart them. Peter Piper picked apart them. Peter Piper picked apart them. Yeah. Peter Piper picked apart a playing Uzi verse. Just jump the ship just to hop on Lil Yachty's verse. Makes me wanna curse the worst, but I hate to be censored. That auto changed his tune like I put effect on that insert. Welcome to my room, you gotta shake something to enter. And I'm high but hold it down like my position was a center. So I censored all you rappers, gave that okay to my hitters. Busting up on all you just with some shit, that's why you bitter. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Hold it. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Hey, Peter Piper picked apart the bars. Said that it was weak. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. 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 Yeah. Peter Piper picked apart them. Peter Piper picked apart them. Yeah. I just had to fuck with the
Peter Piper, diamonds, water, scuba diver. Say you get it, you a liar. Birdie singer, like Mariah. A mini trigger, what I carry. Thinking that Peter ain't very scared. In love with the money, so I had to marry. I keep a few shooters with me, chasing Terry. In the trap with Peter, and we serving Parker. Come and see me. Drugs like a doctor. Every blood got team. Yeah, bitch, I'm a shot. Walked in that bit with the choppers, I looked at it, like, is there a problem? Got good dough like Harlem, we come from the bottle. The dope in the bag and it's red like condoms. I got many flavors, baskets and robbers. I throw a pack at the player and Rodgers. In the bit poppin' like Peter. I spend a rack on my sneaks. I keep my jewelry all up in the freezer. Photo deuce in the 2 liter.
Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Hold it. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Hey, Peter Piper picked apart the bars. Said that it was weak. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. 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 Yeah. Peter Piper picked apart them. Peter Piper picked apart them. Yeah. I just had to fuck with Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Peter came out on the scene, piping harder than the stars. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Peter Piper picked apart them bars. Peter came out on the scene, piping harder than them stars. Oh my God.
Heaven's name, are you
of our bodies and our hearts. As I am, and not what I might become. 'Cause at this point in my life, I'm far beyond trying to be perfect. If that's your only wish, one day you're gonna look back on all the things
Be yourself on the beat.
I'm alone on this island, it's just me. And my phone stay on silent, let it ring. My past is behind me, can't even see it. My path has enlightened me to leave it. I said that I ain't gonna give in, how about that? Play my part, do it well, just like that. Not on the map, ain't no telling where I'm at. And as I leave, there's no need for coming back. And I knew that this would take me very far. I made my way to calmer waters without no car. Where is that? There it go. There it go. There it go. There it go. All this trauma only made me wanna rise. Way too much drama, I need balance in my life. I stay focused, you can see it in my eyes. I see karma for what it is and no disguise. It's okay, I found my way, yes, I travel through temples. Separate from the brain, but it's all in the mental. Runaways, get away, okay, I'll be that example. What's that feeling like when you score, but you stay in the end zone? No God to tell you that I'm God, but I'm not man upstairs. I thought myself into existence and then I appeared. I'm so determined, I aim to flourish, strength and courage. I made it here, no looking back, and I deserve it. I said that I ain't gonna give in, how about that? Play my part, do it well, just like that. Out on the map, ain't no telling where I'm at. And as I leave, there's no need for coming back. And I knew that this would take me very far. I made my way to calmer waters without no car. Where is that? There it go. There it go. There it go. There it go.
the look on your face when you said what you said. Don't say it again. 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 Don't say it again.
It hurts like a knife, turning, burning. You turn cold as ice. And now that I'm learning, I'm deserving better things in life. Before you say things, you should think twice. Ain't no sense of you yelling and turning on red. When you mess with the wrong one, put this up in your head. Don't say it again. 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 Just don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it now. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. When you say, don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Somebody tell me whatever happened. What happened to music? Somebody tell me. Somebody send out an SOS and rescue music. Whatever happened to music? Like Marvin Gaye or a Little Prince or some Jodeci. Whatever happened to a little Minute Large and a little Outkast and a little Fugees? Whatever happened, to the music? Somebody send out an SOS and save our music.
Conte, must be a reason. Music is dying, so I'm speaking. We used to sing about love and the struggles we faced just because. And when we felt down, it would give the people hope. You listen to a song and remember every note. Forget the 3 minutes, cause the band be on one. If it touch your soul, you can bet it be a long one. That music, it takes you back, let's do it. Bring that back cause we need it. Lord, I receive it. So, some Luther Vandross, some Curtis Blow. But my ears, music got a way to go. And I fear that we never make it. Not until we form our own and we take it. So much talent, but it just get wasted. Cause good music equals no plays. No ownership equals no say. Stop killing in the music, okay? What happened to the music today?
Whatever happened to the music? Somebody send out an SOS and save our music. Whatever happened to music? Do you remember that good old music? Whatever happened? Somebody help us. Somebody send out an SOS and save our music.